Architects traditionally rationalize their design through convention and cost, neglecting the effect of atmosphere on the mental well-being of the inhabitants. Architecture is only useful once it has been inhabited. Architecture's constant context is thus human psychology. And vice versa. Modern humans spend 90% of their time indoors, and architecture becomes the constant context of human reactions. Studies in environmental psychology affirm that architecture can have a direct effect on how people move, behave, and feel. My research as an architecture student guides the manipulation of architectural elements for psychophysical wellness. I advocate that through meaningful design, our everyday atmospheres could become the foundation of a delightful life. An atmosphere is justified through human perception and quantified by 4 elements: light, that which sets the boundaries of sight and captures the present moment; color, a conveyor of mood, simultaneously an indicator and influence to the perception of an atmosphere and a thing; space, the atmosphere's physical limits; and materiality, the layers of time, of change, and of personal perception. Psychological studies prove that the manipulation of these 4 elements influences our body's internal processes, and thus our emotions. My research is summarized in a glossary relating architectural elements to their effect on our psyche. The Japanese tea ceremony, and therefore Taoism and ancient Chinese philosophy that unifies the human with the universe, meet the glossary in their emphasis on the human psyche. The popularized feng shui, a traditional practice with scientific roots, applies Taoist principles to architecture. With the hopes of reaching everyone, I designed a psychologically positive home based on the glossary and Taoist principles. Psychologically positive space should be accessible. To be effective, it needs to surround. To be used, it needs to be there. The home is universal. While our lives are filled with different jobs, hobbies, people, we all come back home. It is our base, our foundation. It is where we build our lives and develop relationships. It is sacred. My design for the home is a physical representation of how the guidelines this thesis suggests can be applied to all architectural design, from single houses to offices, community centers, public buildings. Like Taoism, psychologically positive space could turn everyday life into beautiful rituals.